If you're not failing, you're not pushing your limits, and if you're not pushing your limits, you're not maximizing your potential. The most important thing we've learned as we've grown is that we have to keep innovating and keep adapting. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. It's not enough to have a good idea, you have to have the conviction and the passion to see it through. You can't have everything you want, but you can have the things that really matter to you. We don't have as many managers as we should, but we would rather have too few than too many. Don't be afraid to take on big challenges, because sometimes the biggest challenges can be the most rewarding. If you have a great product, people will buy it, even if it's expensive. In a world of infinite information, attention is a scarce resource. People think that technology has made our lives easier, but really it's just given us more to do. The best way to predict the future is to invent it. Technology should make things simpler, not more complicated. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. You need to be involved in what you're building and understand it at a deep level. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. We try to have a culture of creativity and innovation, where everyone is encouraged to share their ideas. We're always looking for ways to improve, to make things faster, better, and more efficient. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're probably not going to be very good at it. A company shouldn't get addicted to being shiny, because shiny doesn't last. The most important thing is to have a clear vision and a strong sense of purpose. The best way to create value in the 21st century is to connect creativity with technology. In order to change the world, you have to get the world to pay attention. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. We're not in the business of selling ads. We're in the business of making information useful. You don't need a big team to achieve big things. The best ideas come from people who are passionate about what they're doing. It's important to take big risks. The bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. You can't innovate by copying. You have to be original. Innovation is not just about coming up with new ideas, it's about executing on them and making them real. The best products are built by teams who are passionate about what they're doing. The future is not something to be predicted, it's something to be created. The most successful people are the ones who are willing to fail and keep trying. If you're not doing something that you love, then you're wasting your time. Always work hard on something uncomfortably exciting. You never lose a dream, it just incubates as a hobby. Good ideas are always crazy until they're not. We're not thinking about being anyone's savior. We're trying to build great technology. We should be building great things that don't exist. If you're not doing some things that are crazy, then you're doing the wrong things. If you're changing the world, you're working on important things. You're excited to get up in the morning. You don't need to have a 100-person company to develop that idea. You don't need to have a lot of money to start a company. I think it is often easier to make progress on mega-ambitious dreams. I know that sounds completely nuts. But, since no one else is crazy enough to do it, you have little competition. A company is like a ship. Everyone ought to be prepared to take the helm. The ultimate search engine would understand everything in the world. It would understand everything that you asked it and give you back the exact right thing instantly. You don't need to have a college degree to start a company. Invention is not enough. Tesla invented the electric power we use, but he struggled to get it out to people. You have to combine both things. Invention and innovation focus on the customer. You can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. I think it is often easier to make progress on mega ambitious dreams. I know that sounds completely nuts. But, since no one else is crazy enough to do it, you have little competition. Small groups of people can have a really huge impact. It's not about money. It's about the people you have, how you're led, and how much you get it. It's quite complicated and sounds circular, but we've worked out a way of calculate a website's importance. My job as a leader is to make sure everybody in the company has great opportunities, and that they feel they're having a meaningful impact and are contributing to the good of society. I think part of the reason we're successful so far is that we have a good sense of where the world is going. The perfect search engine would be like the mind of God. We should be building great things that don't exist. If you're not doing some things that are crazy, then you're doing the wrong things. Many leaders of big organizations, I think, don't believe that change is possible. But if you look at history, things do change, and if your business is static, you're likely to have issues. Always deliver more than expected. Have a healthy disregard for the impossible. Solving big problems is easier than solving little problems. We want to create beautiful, intuitive services and technologies that are so incredibly useful that people use them twice a day. Like they use a toothbrush. I think the best kind of management style is when you're helping people to be their best selves.